Hello and welcome everybody, and thanks for joining me again. My name is Wilky and I haven't done these videos in a while, so that is pretty much why I said I do not intend to quit C9, because I still want to get back to it in case there will be some new update. And there it is, actually, the Viking class. So I did already record the Fury skill, which looks kinda nice. It looks fancy and it gives you a lot of variety to do and handle stuff with the Fury. I haven't set any foot into a regular dungeon. I do not know how this class performs in PvE. I will do some testing maybe this weekend, maybe next week. I will see whenever I get bored so much that I will actually go and enter a dungeon. For now, I just do not feel like entering a dungeon. I did a couple PvP matches, although I don't really want to call them PvP matches, because for most of the part I was just practicing stuff with people on equipping weapons and just trying some combos, or something that could potentially be a combo, because right now I lack a lot of knowledge about the class. So far I haven't really seen anything whatsoever, so it seems not even the Asian people or population is playing that class actively, for example, whereas the Gunner or other classes had a lot of stuff going on beforehand. Anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna ramble on about a bit about what this class can do, how this class is looking like. I think my sound, oops, is a bit, tiny bit, yeah. Now, I want to hear some sounds, even though when I'm talking, I'm probably, you guys also want to hear it. So yeah. It is fighter class, it retains some of the fighter skills, which brings me pretty much to my first point, the bash. It looks, honestly, it looks weird. It doesn't look good with the dual axe, because he's using the right one pretty much. The left axe is just hanging there. I really wish they would revamp this animation, or change it at least slightly, so it would actually make more sense, because most of the other skills, they actually work with the two weapons, or what the class is about, except for maybe this throw, because it's a one-handed throw. But you know, that bash is just a pure, here, take the basic fighter bash, do not make it look flamey, just make it look icy. That's pretty much what they did. I cannot blame them. Revamping happens a lot of times, but in this case I think it would be better that they would have changed it to make it look sort of working. I mean, they did it for Zerg as well. I'm pretty sure it would not be too hard to at least slightly change the bash animation. But, you know, at least it works. At least they didn't screw up anything with the bash. So, that's the good part. So far, what I think about it in PvP, honestly, from the current point of view, I do not think this is a top-tier PvP class. It has, so far, I only have witnessed 2 additional iframes, and one of these iframes is this jump here in mid-air. You can also trigger it like this. This one has an iframe, but it has a locked camera. Whoops. It has a locked... Whoops. It has a locked camera after the landing, so you can actually turn the camera, and as soon as he goes down after the leap, the camera is locked. So you kind of have to seek out your direction. It's not too bad, but it hinders you if the enemy is maybe slightly moving, or you're trying to hit behind the guard or something. That is like one of the only iframes, and the second one is the second dash of this Fast and Furious skill. This skill is literally called Fast and Furious. I'm not even sure if they couldn't come up with a better name, because yeah, I do not really think that name fits, but well, you know, it's a name, so it's not really big deal. So this one has actually an iframe, but I think only on the second move, which you can always trigger it. You do not need to hit an enemy, you can also do it. You can also change direction and be like this with a small delay between. This is the second skill that has an iframe, which got broken a couple times, and obviously press kick. So, but so far I haven't seen any additional iframe, which is, you know, against certain classes pretty bad, because he does have like sort of a block guard, which is probably one of the things this class can abuse, because if I trigger bash after this block counter status, it sort of handles me as if I am blocking. So apparently this class can block, but only in certain circumstances. So while not wielding a shield and being similar to a BM, just wielding offensive weapons or an offensive playstyle, you do actually are able to block. You also have the charge from a regular fighter, which also gives you a blocking status. And I'm not even sure, no, these weapons, they have a guard limit, alright. So they do actually have a guard limit. Still, it kind of feels weird if you ask me, because this sort of works like a counter. If somebody would hit it, you could trigger manually, though. It's not like counter smash, it's more like parry. Somebody can hit it, and then you can either retaliate with a counter or use bash or simply cancel it prematurely, which is pretty good. It's not like a BM counter stand, which leaves you there, you have to waste your evasive to get out, which is pretty neat. But it sort of takes away the risk and reward. So what I do not like about the counter, that the block stance itself, which is fake motion, has a relatively low cooldown, whereas the counter hit has a really large cooldown. This skill has a 30-second cooldown, and what's even worse, that it also is used as a sort of cancel or hit after this dash. I like this dash, it looks really cool. It has semi-super armor, but it literally does not do anything except for moving around at a relatively good speed, which is probably going to be looking like the Blade Dancer dash, the second one, which you only hear the animation and then somebody is going flying around your ass. So as an enemy you probably will not see this animation very good, which is a general problem of C9 or fast moving objects or something. But like I said, this, as you can see, I'm not dealing any damage, I cannot really react, I cannot do anything after this skill, which honestly is poop, really, because this is only a mobility tool. It says that you can combo it into press kick, maybe, I'm not sure, maybe, no, not even if I put it on my hotbar, it's working. So the only real way to cancel it is with that counter hit, which honestly has a very crappy hitbox. Like, if you miss by a few inches, you are not going to hit the enemy. This one didn't even hit, and this one was almost inside. That was too far. We're gonna charge away. And it has like a very tiny range. This one, no. Alright, we're gonna charge away first. And then we're trying to land it. This one landed, actually. But as you can see, this cooldown is much longer than the dash cooldown or the counter cooldown. So if I were to change something already, I would say give this dash an additional hit or lower the hit, the counter hit, the actual counter hit, because that's just ridiculous. You have two options to use this skill. One which pretty much renders this dash only for mobility, and the second one which pretty much just leaves your block being poop. I am not too sure what they were thinking. They probably were scared of making it too overpowered, which is good. Everything in moderation. I don't want another Battle Maiden era Valkyrie in the game, any more of these, and it's really shit hits the fan. But I do not think this character is fitting into the C9 universe mechanic-wise very well. Maybe time will change. Like I said, this is my first opinion about this class. I do not really know much about it. I just pretty much smash random buttons with a few skills. So my combos look very lame. They are not fluent. They drop occasionally. It's really just, you know, I have no clue how this class is supposed to be played in general. But so far, the good things about the class, I like it. It looks flashy. It has a frost theme, which is like a warden, not really, but it has ice, it's just cool. However, it doesn't really have any element skills, so everything it deals is physical. That's okay with me, I don't really care if I deal any elemental damage or physical damage, especially in PvP. I prefer raw physical damage, so I have full control over what element I want to use, especially for PvE. But generally that keeps away a lot of confusion from especially if some classes, for example, Scout or Elementalist, which have skills with many elements, so it's kind of bad because you have to split your damage a bit. I'm not really a fan of that, but that's only really a PvE problem. But generally, I like the class. It has cool looking moves. For my taste, it has too much super armor, and I'm not sure if they were tripping or something. I'm serious, because like 3 or 4 moves involve some flipping, flying around in air, flinging yourself. It's alright. It doesn't look bad, I'm not gonna lie. Especially this flipping quadruple spin flurry, whatever it is. It looks cool, I'm not gonna lie, but these skills, this one is backwards leap, then you have this gyrocopter, which pretty much is a spin to win skill. It looks cool, I'm not gonna lie, it looks fancy. I didn't really see any usefulness yet. And then you have this jump. So, and this kinda, I don't want to go as far to say this is a Storm Wind Wheel of Blightmaster rip-off, but, you know, it spins. Yeah, it's called Blender, which is cool, but that's pretty much about it. Like I said, this is my first opinion. Skill build-wise, I have no idea if this makes any sense. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I mainly went for skills like additional range or movement speed. I like the axe throw. This is really cool skill, I think. However, apart from the air throw, the ground throw is pretty lame. It locks your camera, like Seismic Bash or other melee ranged attacks, whatever you want to call it. Divine Cross, I think it's called, from Blade Dancers, also locks your camera. I'm not even sure if I could curve it. I don't think I'm able to check, though. Probably not. Yeah, well, sort of. Meh, maybe not. Maybe I'm too bad to curve. Well, it works, sort of. Because, yeah, you can curve it, sort of, if you are quick enough, but, yeah. I don't really advise curving this skill. Probably not a good idea. The air one is much better. You have free movement, you have a lot more mobility, and it is kind of more of a surprise movement. So this is probably better. Anyways, like I said, this is the first view, I guess, of this class. I will do some more PvP testing, maybe some PvE. Maybe I will figure out how to actually rock this class in PvP. So far, I'm not believing that this is going to be another Battle Maiden, which is good. Like I said, I prefer a weaker class compared to some class that completely derails the game. So props for not making it too broken. Although I believe they kind of made it too weak. But it may also be due to the fact that we do not have the knowledge about the class. Maybe. Maybe someone already figured out how to play it properly. If so, we will probably see some footage of that rising soon. There's more people that make videos about it, so I'm pretty sure somebody is definitely more advanced at using the Viking than I am. So I'm not gonna be trying to race somebody. I will just play casually, sort of, maybe put a bit more effort into it to see if this class is actually capable of doing something. It looks nice, potential-wise, maybe. I'm gonna say it's like mid-tier. It's not the worst class. It's not like, well, I don't want to bring Scout into this equation because Scout is a totally different piece of class, but, you know, I would kind of similar to the old Warrior, but a bit weaker, kind of into that range. So, but that's, like I said, my first guess. I really have no knowledge. I may be ignoring the fact that this class has a lot of potential I do not see. But we will see that in the future, I guess, maybe when I get some PvP in. Again, like I said, this is no skill build. I have no idea if this skill build makes any sense. I just max the mandatory skills and the ones that scale really good or give additional movement. I might be making a quick look or quick guide about the skills so people have a more or less basic idea of what to get and what not to get. But so far I'm not really a reliable source of information regarding that matter. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed me rambling about the Viking, doing some derpy ass combos, spin to winning through the air, and blendering even more through the air. I really like those skills, but, you know, I am not really able to tell you exactly what this class could reach in PvE and PvP, but we will get to know that in the future. Anyways, like I said, thanks for tuning in. Sorry for dragging this out a bit. This turned out longer than I thought it would, but I think you guys may be interested in, yeah, what this class can do. Maybe not. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Maybe you also have information, maybe I overlooked something, maybe I didn't cover anything you want me to know. Feel free to put that down, and I will catch you guys later with more footage, be it PvE, be it PvP, I don't know, time will tell. I'm not gonna go anywhere here. Anyways, like I said, thanks for joining, and as always, see ya.